Good afternoon, Flosstube. Today is Sunday the 1st of December 2024 and this is Flosstube number 29. I'm Lindsay, cheshirestitcher, both here on YouTube and over on Instagram. Welcome to my channel. Mostly it's about cross stitch, but I do share other crafts. 9 times out of 10 that's going to be my beading, and this time I can share that with you. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. It's lovely to see you again. And a very warm welcome if you are one of the 12 new subscribers since my last video. It's great to have you here. If you haven't done so already, I would very much appreciate it if you could like this video and any others of mine that you've watched, and hit that subscribe button. It all helps with the YouTube algorithm, but I have no idea how it works. Right, admin bit done. Today I have got a finish, a start. My notes are down here as ever. I've got some PhDs. I've got a bit of life update about a family member. I'm going to tell you about a few free charts that I've found. My possible plans for 2025, I'm not fully decided as yet, and some haul. But first of all, my 4-year-old grandson informed me on Wednesday that sometimes mummy watches you on the TV. So I told him that when I next recorded I would say hello. So hello Elliot, hello Spencer. Now you can go and play now. I've done like I said I would do. So I thought, there we go. The things you do for your grandkids, eh? Right. Let's get started. First of all, my finish. I finished the love quilt square that I was working on last time. Now I have no idea what went wrong. But this, let's see if I can expand it. That was fudged because this should have met up here and it didn't. So I have no idea what I did wrong, but it was a case of I've got to get it sent because it's already late. Well, it wasn't late, but I was so close to the wire that I had to get it done. So there we go. That was sent off. It's been received and it's up on the Love Quilts site now under my name. So I then started my next Love Quilt Square, which, there we go. That's all I've done on it so far. Can you tell what it is yet? Spencer was over the moon on Monday when he saw the chart because it's the Gruffalo. It's one from the Love Quilts files, so it's not something that can be shared. It's for take my teeth out. Love Quilts use only. This is due at the end of December, so this is going to be getting a fair bit of attention over the next couple of weeks. But that is about 300 stitches, I think. I can't remember. I know it's written down, but I can't remember. Brain like a sieve. So we'll go on to my PhDs. I've worked on a few. Some of them have literally had virtually nothing done on them, but they've still been touched. So Thimble Fairy has had a little bit of attention. Not a lot, as I say. I'm going to keep trying to pull her out, even if I'm going to manage half an hour on it once or twice a week. See if I can get her finished by the end of the year, because there's so little left now. So I've done basically I filled these beads in. I think there's one more colour to go on these beads, and then once they're done I can finish the needle off, because that goes through the beads or round the beads. I can't remember. I just knew I had to get those finished before I could finish the cry neck, which needs to be done when my partner's not here, because he doesn't like the noise of it. He calls it noisy thread, because it does make a noise as it goes through. My fabric is Slightly Spring from Sparklies, and I think it's a 28 count, although I could be wrong. Let me see what it's called for. What do they call for? No, they call for a 32 count, so it will be a 32 count, but it's Slightly Spring, and you can't really tell, but it is an opalescent. There's really not a lot left. I need to finish her hair. That wing needs the tip doing, and then beads, and that's it. So I really do, pardon me, want to get her finished this year. Another project that I pulled out just because I wanted to do something a bit different was this. I haven't got a cover photo for him. He was the Cotton Club Crafts, or Cotton Crafts Club. I can never remember which way around that is. Stitch along that they did last year. It was released in 4 parts in summer, and I did a lot. Didn't do a lot. I did a bit, and it got put away, and other things came along. So I have literally done about 2.5, maybe 3 rows on this side of his hat, and that's it. But it was nice to work on something a little bit different than my usual PhDs. My fabric is an oops piece from Country Stitch. I bought a bag of it 20 years ago, and I'm still using them. So that's him. Now, if you are new here and you're wondering what a PhD is, it's a potential happy dance. I don't refer to my projects as whips. They are potential happy dances, because we all do a happy dance when we're finished. So the sewing box has had some attention. I'm working on this, the pin cube here. So that's had a couple of evenings this last week or so. Again, I would like to try and get this finished by the end of the year. And I finished, I think there was a green thread hanging last time you saw it. So I've done the 2 stalks on the flower, and then I have finished the outside of the oval one on the top. And it's like I say, it's over 1. It's on 32 count. This is Ray of Light Belfast from Zweigart. Whether or not it's still available, I don't know. Again, another fabric I've had in my stash, biggest part of a long time, and I just thought everything looked really nice on it. So I'm hoping I will get back to it in this next week, and then I'm going to start filling in. Whereas I've done that one there, that was just because I wanted to carry on with the over one, but I wanted to change the colour. That was a while ago though, you've seen that little bit before. See if I can get those little bits done. And then after that, I've just got, I'm not sure, I think there might be another one of these stars that's disappearing up there. And then there's the block with the signature and the date and things in it. So I would like to get this one finished this year and off the list. Then we have, as ever, my commission piece. I've been working on this steadily as ever. I'm not sure where it was up to last time. I've done a little bit in here. I've done some more of the background. I'm not sure if I've done that bit or not. But I'm plodding on with her. And as I said in my last video, there is, the way the chart is, I haven't got it to hand, there's like, so it kind of goes, because as I finish a square, I'll cut it off the chart, put it in the recycling, and bye-bye. I like to see the chart reducing in size. Strange, but there we go. So yeah, there's that bit that I would like to get done, and that contains this, which is sort of the rest of a nose and the above a lip and background. So my aim is to get this, certainly all of this, done by the end of this year. And as I said in my last video, I'm gonna aim for the end of March to have her finished. I would like to see her done, partly because I'm fed up with it now. This month marks month 17 of working on her, so she needs to be finished. And then I've pulled out, well, I haven't pulled out, I have been working on this. The lady asked me how it was coming on, and I wasn't able to work on it very much because the frame was resting right where I burnt my arm, which, by the way, I know I showed it you last time, but there we go, you can barely see it now. It's absolutely fine. I think I might end up with a little bit of a scar, but I've already got a few of them, don't matter. Because this one, lady got in touch with me through Doodlecraft. She found the picture, well, the kit, on, I don't know if it was on her website or somewhere else. Got in touch with them and asked them if they could stitch it. They've said no, but I can put you in touch. So this is another one of those ones that I'm going to work on a little bit every day, simply because there are so many quarter stitches and half stitches that it hurts my fingers because it's on Ada. If I was stitching this for myself, I would switch it to an even weave, but the lady wants it on Ada, so I need to do that. But it, like I say, it hurts my fingers, so if I can do an hour or two every day. So here we are at the moment. So last time you saw it, I hadn't finished the blue. I hadn't done this bit of red, and that's the K of Kingdom. So, as I say, if I can do a little bit on it each day, because of all the quarters and halves and that, it, like I say, it hurts. My fingers get really, really sore. My hand doesn't like it very much. So, there we go. But it's coming on slowly but surely. Again, another one I would like to see finished by the end of the year. My last PhD I worked on yesterday at the Yorkshire Stitching Day. It's flea market flowers. And I did say that if I could manage to stay awake, I might finish it last night. Well, I didn't manage it. It's not something I do all the time, but I tend to, like yesterday I drove up to Yorkshire via Duckenfield to pick a couple up, and then you drive back, and it's tiring. It can be really tiring doing all that driving, especially when it's dark and it starts to rain. So, but yesterday I did the bits of greenery here. So there's a little bit in the centre there of brown, which is going to be in the centre of this flower, which will be the last one I do because it looks like a sunflower. It's that one there. It's those sort of colours, and to me it looks like a sunflower. So, but whilst I was there, I finished whichever one of these stems was not. I'd done one stem and the other one I'd attached the thread, and that was it. I hadn't done any more. So I did all the greenery on the stems, and then I started with the outside of the flower. So this I might finish it beforehand, or I might just wait and take it to Cheshire Stitchers with me in a couple of weeks and finish it there. I'm undecided at the moment, but it will be done by my next Flosstube. Yay! And that is it for PhDs. So let me tell you about some free charts that I've stumbled across in the last couple of days. I've got it written down here. The first is the Fox and Rabbit free stitch along that they do each year. It is still up on their website. It's called Faith, Hope, Love, something. It says it's got Faith, Hope and Love written on it, and it's a Quaker style. That will be available until the 31st of December, Australia time, for free. After that, you will have to pay $10 for it. So it's really nice. I like it. It's one of those ones I watch through the year to see if I'm going to like it or not, and then download it at the end of the year because number 12 has all parts. So yeah, go and have a nosy and get that downloaded. Caterpillar Cross Stitch, the group on Facebook, there is a chart called Year in Stitches, and basically it's a temperature chart. Now I know I tried to do one last year, but every time I picked it up, I made a mistake doing the outer boxes. Can I grab it? No, it's in that box down there, not over there. So I kind of lost heart with it. I will go back to it and finish it eventually, but this Caterpillar Cross Stitch one is literally nothing but, let me see if I can find it for you. It's a little star. For each day, it's a star. So where have we got it? Somewhere. And it's really quite straightforward. Oh, have we not got it? No. I can't show it you without showing you the chart, so I don't really want to be doing that. But they have assigned colours, and it's all done in DMCs, and it's a little star, so it's about 8 or 9 stitches a day. So I thought I might have another go at a temperature chart next year, but use that one, which is much simpler. And then, now I apologise if I butcher this, which I more than likely will do because I don't do German. Historic Stick Munster.de. They are doing a free advent stitch along, and again I can't show it you because I've only got the chart. There's not a picture at the moment that I've got anyway. It's probably on their website. I will link it down below, but it's in 4 parts and it's basically houses with stars above it. It's quite nice actually. So go fill out the form. Well, you know, you put it in your cart and you have to put your name in and your address, but it's a freebie. And that's that one. Now, I don't think we're going to have a long video again this time. My possible plans for next year. One thing I'm definitely doing, I've signed up for the Haid Stitch Along. I'm Team Portal, so I'm doing the Steampunk Portal. If you don't know about that already, you go, it's $15 US. You've got a choice of 12 charts. Pick your favourite. I think at the moment, the Jellyfish Jelly World is in the lead. I think the Portal's about 3rd. And you get 4 charts emailed to you 1st of January, and then I think it's April, June, and then in October you get all the remaining charts. And if you stitch 6 of the charts before the end of the year, or 6 pages of the chart I should say, 6 pages, you then have access to all of the stitch along charts that were available for this year. If you complete it, you get those other 11 charts, plus you get to pick one from the catalogue, as far as I'm aware anyway. So that's something worth having a go. I was sitting on the fence, I was umming and ahhing about it, and I was having a chat with Kate at Cheshire Stitchers, and happened, you know, said I was thinking about doing it. She had a look, fell in love with it, so she bought the steampunk portal as well. She's got hers already kitted up, and I'm like, oh, I better do it then, hadn't I? So I'll be putting in an order quite soon for my threads. I just need to decide what fabric I'm going to do it on. They are all 292 stitches square. They're not massive, but they are heights, so they're full coverage. And speaking of Cheshire Stitchers, I forgot to show you this last month because it was our birthday. We were all given a pen, and I completely forgot to show it. It wasn't till I'd finished recording, and I'm like, oh sugar, forgot that. My favourite colour, so it's just a normal box standard pen, but I forgot to show it. Yeah, it was such a thoughtful thing for them to do. It was really nice, very much appreciated. So back to my possible plans. I'm thinking I might have a go at Whip Go, because hopefully by the end of March the commission piece will be finished and I'll have more stitching time for me. I'll still do models and things, but I'm not going to have to spend a good chunk of my stitching time every single day on the commission. So yeah, I'm thinking I might do Whip Go and maybe set myself a goal of 500 stitches on a project. That's one thing mulling around in my head. And the other thing I'm thinking of doing is 25 and 25. I know a lot of people have done 24 and 24 this year. So I was thinking, my first thought was to do 25 kits, because I've got kits ranging from this, which I'll tell you about this in a minute, but from this size up to big ones of a sort, you know, and everything in between. So I thought maybe 25 kits, and then I thought, well, yeah, but if I do that, then all those little charts that you've got, you know, all your little house needlework, your country cottages, Silver Creek, all of those ones, sort of small to medium sized projects, are not going to get touched. So it might be a combination of the two. And I also thought about starting a blessing sampler in January, but Google has been no help whatsoever on finding one. So if you've got any suggestions for what I could do as a blessing sampler, I think it was Mama Loves You GB mentioned it. You start on the 1st of January, you start your blessing sampler, and you finish it by the 31st of January, and you have good luck all year. Well, given how badly the last few years have gone for me, I kind of like, can't hurt. So if you've got any suggestions of what I could do as a blessing sampler, that would be very much appreciated. You could put that in the comments below. And that's it for my plans, really. So my beading, as last Monday was beading group, and I picked the wrong thing up. I thought I'd picked up the bit with the picture on, but I haven't. But I did some more on my snowman. I think last time you saw, this is just the excess thread wrapped around him, because I don't leave the needle on him when he goes away in my bag. I was somewhere down here, something like that. So I've done all of this. So I've only got, as you can see, there's the top of his head and his legs to do. I would have had a little bit more done on him, but the power went off and couldn't see to do anything. So our Christmas meeting is a week tomorrow, so hopefully I will get him finished then, and maybe start on the Santa one I showed you in my last video. I just need a drink. Excuse me. Now, a little bit of life. As I've moved around, you may well have seen that on my t-shirt, on my jumper. So I'll just stand up and show you. On Friday, I was sorting out the shelves in my wardrobe and came across this. Now, this jumper was, judging by the size of it, was my dad's. My dad was Cornish, but we had a lot of family in Devon as well, around Plymouth. And I thought, oh right, when I was sorting out my mum's house and found this, I put it in the wardrobe because I couldn't face it. I didn't want to know. But on Friday, I'm like, I feel ready to wear that now, so I'll put it on Friday morning. Didn't think any more of it. Friday evening, I got a very unexpected phone call to say that my great aunt had passed last week. She was 90 years old and she lived in Plymouth. And I thought that was just weird. But not only that, last week I actually thought, oh, I haven't spoken to my Auntie Pat, I need to give her a ring. And I'm wondering if when I thought about her was roughly the time she passed. Again, I have no idea. It was just odd. So, yeah. As a kid, I spent a lot of time in Plymouth. And for those of you in the US, I have stood on the steps on Plymouth Hoe where the Mayflower left from. And I've read the plaque and touched the plaque I don't know how many times over the years. If I ever go back down there, I will make sure that I take some pictures and figure out, well, it's not that I can't figure out, I know how to insert pictures, it's just that my iPad goes, nah, you're not putting that on, you've not got any room, even though there's loads of room. So, I just thought it was odd, very strange. There we go. So, haul. This little kit, there's a Facebook group, Cross Stitch Friends in the UK. If you aren't a member, go and join, it's great. Very friendly, huge group, very friendly. Never really any big issues. The admins are great. If there is an issue, they're straight on it, gets sorted. Pardon me, but they are it's an extremely friendly group. And every year, they do an Advent exchange. And I've signed up for it again this year. So this was my first little gift. This was my December 1st gift. Well, I love rocking horses. It couldn't be better. Loved it. I thought, great. Fantastic. What a coincidence. I also do an Advent exchange with the infamous Jeanette, but we haven't seen each other to exchange gifts. That's going to happen on Thursday, so we're going to have a few days to open at the same time. Right, so I've got this. Again, Mama Loves You GB mentioned this on her Flosstube a couple of weeks back, and I went and had a look and I thought, wow, it's about £14. I thought, I'm having that. I like a Quaker sampler. I do like a Quaker sampler. And so it's like you get, that's one chart, you one design, your charts on the other side. There's loads in here, absolutely all sorts of things. And like I say, I like a Quaker sampler, so I thought I'm going to have that. So I treated myself to the book. Michelle, Mama Loves You GB, does a much better job of showing you the book than I will. Last week I went to Harrogate, as I said. It was raining when I left home, and by the time I was 10 miles or so from the summit of the M62, if you don't know the M62, it goes up and over the moors, there was snow. Well, I've driven there in snow before, that's fine. So we were all going a bit slower, that wasn't a problem. It was driving down the A61. Once you get off the M62, you go down the A61, you go through the central Leeds. And as I'm going through parts of Leeds, the snow, like I say, the snow. There's cars abandoned. And one of them, on one roundabout, there was 2 cars abandoned on one roundabout. And you're like, what the heck? Going down the A61, down the country roads, and there's cars abandoned at the side of the road, and it's like, we grind to a halt in the UK when it snows because we're not used to it, and people do not know how to drive in snow. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I do know how to drive in snow. And it's just, so normally as I would get there 9:15 in the morning, 9:20 in the morning, I'd get there, park in the convention centre under the Harrogate Exhibition Centre. Convention Centre? I'm not sure what it's called. And that gives me time then to go walk, because you no longer go through the back. You have to go all the way out and all the way around the building. It's probably about a mile to get in the front to get my band. Well, it was 10 to 10 before I even pulled into the car park, and the exhibition, the show had opened before I even arrived. So not a good journey. But it had started to rain, so by the time I left, it was just wet. It was rain everywhere, and that's fine. I'm used to driving in rain. But I bought a few bits and pieces whilst I was there. I went to Spellbound stand and got myself lightning tassel kits. Lamp light, not lightning. Oh, God. I'm having one of them days. If I had a brain, I'd be dangerous. So once I've finished my Christmas projects, that may well be my next thing. I'm nearly done with my Christmas projects. I also bought myself a bag full of quilting clips. Not very exciting, but there we go. The Quilted Bear was there, which they have loads of stuff. They do countless things. And whilst I was there, I decided that it might be a good idea to get a new rotary cutter, because the one I use more than anything, every time I press down on this, you can tell that the sheath that goes around it when you're not using it kind of slides to one side and gets in the way. So I just came to the conclusion I needed a new one, so I got myself a new rotary cutter and some spare blades ready. But they also do needle minders. So I got myself a little needle minder. Not that I need any more, but you know, I love that one. I thought that one was great. I did pick up quite a few bits and pieces for the Advent Exchange with Jeanette, which I usually do anyway. I went to Siesta Frames and they had these. I was hoping for some circular ones, but they didn't have any circular ones. And I did ask the guy and he went, we haven't got any. He said, but I think Rowan Dean Embroidery has. So I went down to Rowan Dean Embroidery and got some circular ones. It's only because I've got a little Christmas stitch that I did donkeys years ago. You know, if you remember those ones that used to come in the frame craft ones that used to come with a little plastic frame. Well, the frame got broke, so I might see if it'll go in one of them, but that's why I wanted the circular ones. I got a piece of fabric from Kate. I always have a route through the Oopsie box. Well, Oopsie, it might be Miss Dies, it might be an odd count, an odd size piece, you know, or she's had dye left over and she's just grabbed a piece and put it in. So I got myself this. It's very pale, it's sort of blues and purples. It's a piece of 40 count. It's 26 by 27, so it's a good sized chunk of a piece. No idea what I'll use it for, but it's 40 count and I like 40 count, so I picked myself that up out of the odds box. And then I went to Trudy Ann Designs, which is also Jeff P. Smith on eBay, and bought myself that. They had that framed up on the wall and I'm like, oh, I love that. That's coming home with me. So I got that. And wandering round, there was a company I'd never heard of before called Blue Coppice, and she charted this sampler that her parents gave her. Hers was tiny because she'd done it over 1 on 36 count, but I fell in love with that. I thought that was lovely. It's a very good, lovely sized chart, even though it's only A4, you know, it's a good size. I'll show you a little corner of it, and it's all, if I remember rightly, all charted for DMCs. Yeah, it's all charted for DMCs. So yeah, but it's too big to be a blessing sampler. And she put in a postcard of one of her other projects, because I'd mentioned squirrels. She does a lot of them miniature things, and you know, in those little, not this, the little tiny ones, is it trimmets? The little tiny hoops. There was a lot of projects in that you could have as, like, as she's got here as a scissor fob, but she had some as necklaces, all sorts of different things. Very nice, nice project, but it was that sampler that spoke to me. And as I said, I did buy other bits and pieces, but they're for gifts. And then I was in town the other day and I've got my stitchy diary for next year from Asda. Same as I always buy a diary for my stitching. I like a page a day, because some days I work on 3 or 4 projects, but it also gives me the room to put what I've started, if it's a gift, what fabric I've used, what threads I've used, all of that kind of thing. So my stitchy diary for next year. Giraffes. I was looking, they had a cosmic one and I was going to get that, and then saw the giraffes and I'm like, no, right, that's it, we're having that one. And then Bothy Threads had Black Friday, and I'd been eyeing this for a while, so it's one of their club box. No, not a club box. It's a box. I can't remember what it was called. I should have written that down as well, shouldn't I? But obviously, it's a Rendale. So it arrived really quickly. It said 5 to 7 days, and I ordered it Thursday, Friday, and it arrived on the Saturday. I think that was it. Anyway, it said 5 to 7 days, but it arrived really, really quickly, much quicker than I expected. So it came. I have obviously opened it, sealed, lovely blue tissue paper with some mistletoe on. So there's your box contents. So we get a needle. Can't stitch without one of them, can we? You get a pair of scissors, which I don't know if you can see it. It says happy stitching on the blades. I just thought they were lovely. You get a needle minder. You get Rendale notepad. Robins on it. You can use it for whatever you like. I use these all the time to write. Keep track if I'm working on a project and I'm doing 2-3 days, so like my commission piece, I will write how many stitches I've done on it, and when it gets to 1,000 I can post a picture. But the nice thing about this is it's got this flap on the back, but if you wanted, it's magnetic, but I like the way that, they've hidden it. Not that they need to, but I just thought it was something nice because some people wouldn't like that. You got a foldable shopping bag, and then you get your project. So there's the colours, and it's a lovely colour palette, and it's printed. It's Ada, so not, as you know, I'm not a fan of Ada, but I'm kind of going to have to do it. The design is called Seasons Tweetings. I'm not sure if it's an exclusive to this box or not. Again, I should have checked. I didn't think to do that. But that's the project. It's not going to take that long to do. It's a reasonably small one. But like I say, I think it might be an exclusive. I don't know if we've got a stitch count on it anywhere. Not that I can see, but I haven't got my glasses on anyway. That's it. That's all I have for you today. A little bit longer than I thought it'd be. About the same time as normal. 42 minutes. 43 by the time I've waffled for a minute. So my next one will either be Friday the 13th or Sunday the 15th if my partner's working overtime. So by then my flea market flowers will be done, and I will hopefully have progress on a few other projects. So until then, take care of yourself. Don't get too stressed about getting ready for Christmas. Me personally this year, I've put my Christmas bracelet on, I've got my Christmas earrings in, I've got me stocking that I made years ago, I've put my Christmas socks on. I'm just not feeling it this year. I don't know why. Just not feeling it. Normally by now the tree would be going up today or tomorrow or over the next few days, and I would have all my Christmas mugs out and I would have my Christmas crockery down. Just can't be bothered this year. Just no oomph in me for Christmas this year. Hopefully that will change. But anyway, don't get too stressed getting ready for Christmas. At the end of the day, it's just one day. And Christmas dinner is just a Sunday roast. Not that I cook it, but you know. Take care of yourselves and I'll see you soon. Bye.